If you don't mind...
I'd be delighted to help you if I'm able.
What exactly happened here while I was absent?
Hampton turned, quite violently as it happened. Lurking about, attacked Miss Jones. To say he created quite a commotion would be an understatement.
How did the Guard of Priwen come to hear of this?
McCullum has spies everywhere. He will jump at any opportunity to disparage the Brotherhood and show his contempt.
Are you sure it was Hampton who killed Miss Jones?
Oh, there was blood everywhere, but no body. And you know the state she was in. I fear for what he did with her. Hopefully he just hid the corpse.
Who was that man in your office?
Geoffrey McCullum, actual leader of the Guard of Priwen. I suspect he's the man behind the rebirth of this old and dusty society.
They know I'm here now, don't they?
I understand your need for blood and will not get in your way. But if you could refrain from feeding within these walls, it would go a long way to defending your case.
What do they hope to achieve?
Their ultimate goal is the eradication of all vampires in the country. They see you as a threat to mankind, Jonathan.
I recently tried to enter a church. It has been a very unpleasant experience.
The Brotherhood's research on the matter of faith and vampirism has proved somewhat insubstantial, to say the least.
It's hard to explain in terms of science, that's for sure.
I'm sure Lady Ashbury will have far greater insight into this matter than little old me.
Is this proof that I'm cursed in the eyes of the divine?
The wrath of the Almighty? There's no way of knowing. It could be subconscious guilt, or irrational fear, or deep-seated beliefs.
I just recently met the strangest creature in Whitechapel. He was immense. He mocked me and accused me of hypocrisy.
Perhaps it was a skull. London's streets are overflowing with them these days.
It was a vampire, all right. But what kind, I'm not sure. He was large and very fast.
If you find anything more about this creature, the Brotherhood would greatly appreciate any information you could spare.
He was observing me with the obvious intent to do me harm. His very presence evoked a palpable sense of menace.
You need to be careful, Jonathan. You've no idea what this creature really is.
Thank you, Edgar.
It's on to us! Get back and... yourselves! This one!
This is despicable. I can't believe I'm doing this. Opium is one of the main ingredients of Strickland's medication. Never a good move. This is Braille. I need someone who can read this. There is a name engraved under the blood on the back of the case. Jack Gillingham. Maybe I should return this watch to his family. Are you all right, sir? What are you doing in a place like this?
I'm not sure that's any of your business.
I'm not afraid of these guards of Priwen, or whatever these thugs call themselves.
I wasn't specifically referring to them, but are you really?
They took my boy! I've had no news since he joined that
I see. But as I said, your life is at risk if you stay.
Well, this part of town used to be...
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
I was just being polite. I'm Dr. Reed.
Don't like questions or doctors. And the name is Seymour Fishburne, if you must know.
Any chance you can help me find Sean Hampton?
The sad saint. Why would you talk to that cunt?
Actually, that's confidential.
Really?
What can you tell me about this?
A shithole filled with maggots. Liars and thieves, all of them.
Is there no one who deserves your leniency, then?
Well, Tom from our local is somewhat of a decent bloke.
Are you thinking about someone in particular?
Nope. Hate them all. Especially these petty, whining little shitbag beggars.
What's your occupation?
I take care of my mum. It's what I do. She's only...
Sometimes it's hard to be a good son.
I just want her to smile. No, I was thankful for her patience, appreciated like... God knows she deserves it.
You seem upset. Is something bothering you?
I lost the necklace I bought her. I'm a fucking idiot. A worthless idiot.
Goodbye, Mr. Fishburne. Hello, boy.
Hello.
Did I scare you? You have nothing to fear from me.
No, it's just that people prefer to...
Well, I won't. I'm a doctor.
My name is Rufus, sir. Rufus Kingsbury.
Do you know a man who lives in this part of town? A man named Sean Hampton. I'm looking for...
Sorry, sir. I don't know a lot of folks around here. Most prefer to avoid me.
Well,
thanks for the tip. You might want to check the Turquoise Turtle. It's a pub not far from here. The barkeep knows everyone in these parts.
What do you do around here, Rufus?
I listen to the news on the docks, sir. And I smile at those kind enough to spare me a bob.
Do you have a job?
It's hard to work, what with my head and all. Since I was a boy, I've always had trouble remembering what I do and why I do it.
What do you do around here, Rufus?
I listen to the news on the docks, sir.
What do people say about this place?
Things have been tense between the wet boot boys and the communists. They both feel they should run the docks.
What can you tell me about this region?
It's all about staying out of trouble. But since most people prefer to avoid me, it's pretty easy.
What can you tell me about this?
It's all about
Have you ever thought about leaving?
Where else would I go? At least I know these streets and some people around here. This is my city, for better or...
Why do people avoid you?
They call me Rufus the Curse. Around here, I'm a bit of a bad luck charm.
Are you alone? Where is your family?
I don't have any. My parents are dead.
So you have no home? You're sleeping rough?
No. I mean, yes. I live on the streets.
This city has abandoned so many of its children. It's tragic.
Well, I've known worse. I'm not all alone. I have Mrs. Fishburne. She's been very kind to me.
Why do you think she's so considerate?
I can't say, sir. I guess she's a good soul. Sometimes it's like she...
So long, Rufus. Be careful. Take care.
Am I really cursed? It would explain so much.
It's locked. Good evening, madam. I'm Dr. Reed.
Why? What?
I work at the Pembroke Hospital.
Oh, the Spanish flu. Well, that's quite liberal of you, Doctor.
The disease takes away the good people too, madam. Why not let me in?
It's Mrs. Fishburne. Stella Fishburne. And yes, indeed. Please don't stay too long, sir. sure the epidemic is what we're... So you have...
Yes.
Forgive my...
I'm trying to locate Mr. Sean Hampton. Do you know where he could be?
You talking about the one everyone calls the sad saint? The man who takes care of the homeless? I'm sorry. I don't know where his shelter is.
How is life around here?
Life has always been hard in the East End. But it's everywhere nowadays, isn't it?
Violence has...
And selfishness is their rotten fruit. These days, you can just die in the gutter and no...
Do you think the increase in violence has anything to do with the epidemic?
Don't know. But it's most likely linked to the gangs, if you ask me. Recently, it's like everyone has had to pick a side.
The orphan that regards you as a mother. Please tell me about him, Stella.
You mean Rufus? I wish I could do even more for the poor boy. Most people are so selfish.
But you're not.
Years may have passed, but I haven't forgotten how it feels to go through days with nothing but an empty stomach.
May I ask what you do for a living, Mrs. Fishburne?
Since my husband died, I worked at the Dawson Rope factory, but it closed before the war. I occasionally help at the night asylum.
Did your husband die in the war?
Oh no. My Jack was a docker. He died when my Seymour was just a lad. The poor boy saw his dad slip and fall from that scaffolding.
How do you pay the rent, then?
My Seymour works at the docks, just like his dad. He's very attached to the house he grew up in. It's not always easy, but we get by all right.
Goodbye, Miss Fishburne. Take care of yourself.
I can't remember the last time.
Another disgusting ghoul did it, don't you think? I don't think so. Wounds are clean. It's methodical. A freaking vampire did. I can't say, but whatever did they...
Really cursed? It explains so much.
Mark my words, miss. These murders are the work of a vampire.
Not a drop of blood left in his body. This is the work of a vampire.
I'm a trapper of these creatures. A vampire hunter.
You best be off to your hunting then. For if the storm... In all these poor folk, he needs a catching.
Seward? What does it look like?
It's an old story. A monster with daggers for teeth and icy claws. He comes of a sudden, nighttime, claiming innocence.
Good evening, Tom. You remember me then?
Of course I do. You're that man who seems so lost.
Thank you for your hospitality.
I'm still Tom Watts. Welcome.
Tom, I need to find Sean Hampton as quickly as possible. I've been told you could help me.
I heard the sad saint was recovering at Pembroke Hospital. Did he leave or something?
The important thing is I find him, quickly.
Why not try his night asylum? He takes care of those who need a meal or a roof there.
Where is it?
It's in an old warehouse, northwest of here. Just follow...
I believe he returned to his flock. Can you confirm that? Please, tell me.
Well, I don't like to gossip, but I heard that the sad saint was abandoned.
Sabrina seems very fond of you, Tom.
I like her too, I really do. I know I'm her boss, and I'm much older and all. But I like her, for sure.
What is bothering you, then?
Sabrina is an angry one. She wears it like a coat. I'm not sure I can make her shed.
How is it you can keep...
Well, since everybody needs a drink, my pub is considered neutral ground by most groups.
You're something of a figurehead around here.
I'm only pouring alcohol for everyone to forget their troubles.
I see. So you get pressure from all sides about how this place should be run.
Or something like that. Nothing that a few wise words and a bottle of gin can...
Since I'm here, is there anything I can do?
Well, perhaps, Doctor. Peace partly depends on my stock of gin. With the epidemic, my supplies are running low.
How could a physician help you in this matter?
I have a small warehouse just past the quarantine line. Perhaps, with you being a doctor, you could go there and come back?
Doctors aren't immune to disease, you know. Very well. Show me where it is. I'll see what I can do.
Oh, thank you, sir. Here's the key to get in. You're about to save many dry throats.
What can you
It's not that bad. Thanks to people like the sad saint of the East End.
Who?
Sean Hampton, our own private holy figure.
Goodbye, Mr. Watts.
Are they stupid or something?
Good evening, sir.
Whatever. Don't take it personal.
Yes, you have...
I'm Dyson Delaney. I'll try.
Surely you must have had dreams and expectations when you were young.
Sure. I wanted things to change. To really change.
Do you really think the world is that bad?
No. I believe we all can choose to make it better. But most of us are too weak, too corrupt and too guilty. I failed for sure, but others will come.
Sounds like you were an idealist, which is honorable.
No.
I want to know more about your past as an anarchist, Dyson.
I'm still an anarchist, Doctor, make no mistake. I just reject violence as a tool to change the world, unlike my comrades.
Do you believe in a bloodless revolution, then?
I do not believe in much anymore, Doctor. But I'll admit I like your idea of peaceful change.
Do you still see your comrades, then? Even if you don't agree with their methods anymore, I mean.
No.
Goodbye, Mr. Delaney.
But with the epidemic, no one dares go outside. Times like these, a good drink's just as likely to cause a problem as to solve one.
Evening, miss.
Well, I never. That's a first. Customers who make that much mess rarely come back. Never mind in fancy togs.
I'm much more myself than when we first met. By the way, I'm Jonathan, Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Welcome back to the Turquoise Turtle then, Doctor. I'm Sabrina Cavendish. How can I help you?
Miss Cavendish, would you be willing to help me locate Sean Hampton?
You better ask Tom, sir.
Why not answer me directly?
We respect the privacy of our customers here, sir. Only Tom can decide who to speak to and what he'll say to them.
This place seems, how shall I put it, very colourful. I'm sure it has plenty of stories to tell.
We get people of all sorts here. It's that rare place in the docks where you can have a drink without being murdered. At least it's not happened yet.
So this bar is neutral territory, then?
Yeah. Tom's convinced this is something the locals need. No one ever draws a weapon here. That's one of the reasons I accepted the job.
Your boss must be quite the negotiator to force such an agreement.
Yeah. Tom's a great bloke. Mr. Hampton, who runs the night asylum, he's the only other man that's able to keep peace around here.
What can you tell me about this area?
People don't appreciate that line of questioning round here. You best be more careful with what you say, sir.
You look concerned, Miss Cavendish.
This is a bad borough. Most people I know are afraid. Most locals will rob you blind, or worse. You best mind your step.
So you and your friends all feel in danger? No exceptions?
Tom's the only exception I've come across until now. But he's not like everybody else.
Goodbye, Miss Cavendish.
I hope I live long enough to see them wet boot boys get what's coming to them. Are they stupid or something?
There's gotta be something can be done to get out of this bullshit mess.
I should shut the turquoise for a time.
Good evenings.
And what do you define as a strange event?
My name is Ichabod Throgmorton, vampire hunter extraordinaire.
A vampire hunter? Really?
I know what you're thinking. I'm just another lunatic howling at the moon, but I'm...
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'd like to hear more about...
A man of science? Well, I'll be glad to enlighten...
I'm looking for Sean Hampton. Can you help me, Mr. Throgmorton?
The sad saint? He should be at his night asylum at this hour.
Really? Why is that? Maybe at least you can tell me who could help me find him.
Tell you what, go and chat with Tom Watts. He's a bartender and good judge of character. If he talks to you, then it's fine.
I could make you tell me, but I respect your refusal. You really believe Sean is a saint, don't you?
All I will say is this. Gossip has...
Have you heard of the Guard of Priwen?
Of course. They're dedicated hunters. A little militant for my taste, but they do let...
So you hunt alone? That sounds risky.
Vampires are just like every other predator. They hunt when they're hungry and follow certain patterns.
Were you ever tempted to join the Guard yourself?
I did think about it, but I'm more of a silent hunter.
Goodbye, and good hunting, Mr. Throgmorton. Seems like the guard of Priwen is on Sean Hannigan's trail too.
I hate leeches! I'll kill it! Crush the leech, boys! Die, vermin!
The wounds on this corpse are deep, the result of rabid rage. If this is Sean's doing, he's become a murderous beast. This poor man has just been slaughtered by a vampire. The body's still warm. Good evening, miss.
Good evening, sir.
Have we met before?
No.
That's quite judgmental of you.
Sir,
I'm looking for Sean Hampton. Can you help me?
what is it you want? Does he owe you money? Has he...
May I ask what you do for a living?
I'm killing myself scraping for a living.
Why such hatred? Are you judging me by...
Of course I am. Fuck, you're so blind.
As I told you, I'm a doctor. You have to work...
Oh, a doctor. Born with...
What can you tell me?
Tell you what, just...
If you have something to say, say it.
Oh. You want him...
You don't know me, Miss Paxton, and yet you...
Oh, your manners, your class...
Oh no, Miss Paxton, you really don't know my kind.
All right, okay.
You speak of strikes, and...
You bet I am. Well, I will.
Isn't the whole point of trade unions to help workers in need?
A few nights back, I lost the money my...
What really happened?
I drank too much.
You lost your job because of your beliefs.
Those bastards really hate a worker who
Well, I'll leave you for now. Goodbye, Miss Paxton. Good evening, miss.
A fancy doctor lurking at night by...
And what about you? Working outside at...
You want to know my secret? I'm trying to earn money.
I'm looking for Sean Hampton. Can you help me?
Mr. Hampton must be in his office at the night asylum he manages, I suppose. Why do you want to see him? I see. Well, Mr. Hampton...
Is it not dangerous to work here at night?
As long as I have good legs, I can run away from trouble.
What can you tell me about the Sad Saint?
It's just the nickname of Sean Hampton.
Are you homeless, Miss Paxton?
Mr. Hampton's night asylum is our new home now. It's a safe place for me and my...
What can you tell...
It may be okay for us...
You really think I...
No.
Which local dangers must...
Well, the gang...
Well, I am not someone so...
Glad to hear that. And if you get into trouble, you can...
I'm looking...
Mr. Hampton...
He was a patient...
I see.
Goodbye, Miss Paxton.
This Seymour worries me. Perhaps Sean knows something about him.
Why the long face? Okay.
Is it all that worries you, Sean? My long face? Really?
This is a blessing for me, to become a Skal. Immortality gives me more time and energy, if truth be known, to run a shelter. What more could I want?
Since you left Pembroke, The amount of blood that has...
Ask what you will. As the Lord is my shepherd, I will not speak a lie to you.
Why did you kill Miss Jones at the Pembroke Hospital?
Killed old Harriet? You must be mad, Doctor. Why would I do such a thing?
People have been murdered. I've seen the blood. I don't believe you can be...
Have a little faith, Doctor. If you will follow, I will guide you.
How do you plan to do that?
Take this key of the old sewers.
I have to see for myself. But your sense of purpose and calm gives me some relief.
I'll be here when you return. If you still think I'm a threat then, well, I'll surrender myself to your judgment.